Psychology was always a passion of mine, and then I started grad school, and my first clinical experience was working at a community mental health center with adults, and I enjoyed it, but then my next clinical experience was child assessment, and I absolutely fell in love with child assessment. And so after that, I started doing additional work with children and adolescents, both as part of my program and additional jobs outside of my program. So I got exposed to research with children that were actually very medically complicated. I got exposed to doing assessments with juvenile offenders. And then through that, I started working at Chicago Children's Clinic as a part-time employee in psychonutrition. And we were finding that we were diagnosing autism spectrum disorders a lot, and the providers that we would refer out to had year-long wait lists. And so here we were with families that needed the help, and we were providing intervention for other disorders. So we decided to seek out the best intervention we could, that we could train ourselves on, that had a parent training component to it, and that would work effectively for the children, still in the typical psychology, office model. And that's how we settled on PRT. And so my clinic director and I got trained in PRT. We opened it up to staff in the area. I'm a little unique in how I conduct my assessments, because I like to start off with a parent interview, and a lot of parents aren't used to that. They expect like the first session to be with the child or whatever the case may be, but I like to get all the background information I can without the child present, because a lot of times for a child to hear all the things that a parent truly has to say about the behavioral concerns, I find that if the child can hear that, sometimes that's already that can impact an already fragile self-esteem. So I like to have just an open session with the parents where we can openly communicate about what truly is going on, what their concerns are, get that background information, and then come up with a plan of how to proceed with the assessment. And I provide parents in that session education about the assessment process. I never make a diagnosis without an assessment. And my assessments involve